Hey YouTube, what's going on? Here showing you my psychic deck. The update for basically until shooting Quasar Dragon comes out. So right now it's more oriented towards the Beast embarking on lockdown, but it can do all the stuff as like it could before. But anyway, um, running one Mind Master, two Esper Girls, three Hush Psychic Cleric, three Serene Psychic Witch, two Silent Psychic Wizards, and one Reinforced Human Psychic Board. That's the same as last time. I think it's going to stay the same, except for maybe him. Might get rid of that for something else. Next, run one Psychic Commander. He's back. Still run the one Jumper. Gores is in here now. Tragodia is only in here for right now because I don't have Glow Up Bulb. When I get Glow Up Bulb, I'm taking Tragodia out. Still running Plague Spreader. And Spell Striker is the newest monster that's definitely staying in, and I'll tell you why later on. Onto the spells, you got two Ghost Sarcophagus, two Enemy Controller, two Mystical Space Typhoon, two Telekinetic Power Well, one Miracle Synchro Fusion, Dark Hole, Monster Born, Giant Trinade, Mercy Teleport, one Mind Control, one Foolish Burial, one Hand Destruction, and one Scapegoat, which is a big part of this deck now, and I'll show you why in a second. And finally, two Bottomless Trap Hole, one Solemn Judgment, one Torrential Tribute, one Mirror Force, one Return from a Different Dimension, and one Malevolent Catastrophe. That's the main deck. For the extra deck, got Formula Synchron, Armory Arm, Ally of Justice Catastor, Maturity Beast, Magical Android, Bionic, Psychic Nightmare, Archeon, Psychic Life Transfer, Rose, Stardust, Thought Roller, Scrap Dragon, Mistworm, and Ultimate Axon Kicker. Right now I don't have a Hyper Librarian. I don't plan on getting one anytime soon, so until then that's going to be the extra deck, like I said, until Quasar comes out, and then I'll make some changes. Onto the extra deck, you got, side deck, Puppet Plant, two Puppet Plant, two Side Blocker, one Dr. Cranium, two Divine Wrath, one Kinetic Soldier, two Noble Mental Crossout, two Crevice into a Different Dimension, one Out of the Blue, and two King Tiger Wing Hood. As you can see, there are a bunch of new stuff in the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and show you why. Out of the Blue is a pretty cool card. You destroy this card if it's a continuous spell. You destroy this spell card if your opponent activates a card or effect that targets in the graveyard. So you activate this, and once they go for their glow up or anything that targets something in the graveyard, like debris or anything, this card will destroy itself. When this card destroys itself, it returns all your opponent's cards that are in their graveyard back to their deck. They don't get a draw or anything, so it stops that synchro for that turn. It leaves that dragon out there on the field if they summon it or try to do anything. It might hurt if if they draw their Lone Fire again in the plant matchup, but against the new Dark Road deck that's coming out, it stops them dead in their tracks because their field spell, they remove a fiend in their graveyard, then they discard a card, and then they draw. And since the discard is not the last thing, since it's not a cost, they get to use their effects and special summon and everything. But if you have Out of the Blue, they target their fiend in their graveyard, you send everything back in the graveyard. They don't get to remove, they don't get to discard, and they don't get to draw. So it's a pretty nice card. And then King Tiger Wing Hood. Yes, this card does hurt you a little bit because a bunch of your monsters are small, but the pure fact is all the decks out there run small monsters. So if you get your setup going and then you get these on the field, then you're pretty much set. Even if you just get, Beast or Magical Android or Hyper Librarian and this card on the field, you're in pretty good, shape. because they can't answer to it. Onto the actual deck, Malevolent Catastrophe has been a great addition because I needed something to get rid of the Necker Valley, something to get rid of, oppression, or goes and match sometimes. You can play around it, but goes and match hurts this deck a little bit, or very little bit. This does that. They attack, they don't see it coming, you activate destroy. Nobody plays Starlight Road unless they, plan on running a bunch of stuff that they want to, a bunch of monsters that they want to keep. Other than that, this card is great. That's really all there is to it. A bunch of people play that summon one monster, set 4 back rows, and they don't see it coming. It helps out a lot. I took Pot of Avarice out for the second telekinetic power well, just because it's more towards my advantage if I just keep them in the graveyard and synchro spam. It also helps me take their monsters with enemy controller, which I love in this deck now. Speaking of the new spells, there are 4 in here. Mind Control. Your tuners hit the field more than your regular monsters do, so take their non-tuners. Most people don't leave tuners out on the field unless they know that they're going to plus off of it. So if you get your tuner on the field, take their non-tuner, synchro for something that you can use, and you just gotten rid of one of their monsters. Not to mention the unflipped Raikou. You could mill something that you like. Foolish Burial is in there just to get Esper Girls to the graveyard right now. When I get Glow Up Bulb, it might do that for Glow Up Bulb too, but right now for Esper Girl. Hand Destruction is a nice, way to speed up the deck. A tiny bit of draw power in a deck that doesn't have any draw power, minus Hyper Librarian. But it helps you set up your plays because this is a graveyard-oriented deck, unfortunately. And the best spell card I think in the deck next to Mercy Teleport is Scapegoat. Like I said, I've changed the deck to being based around Beast and Barkion, which require Earth tuners and Earth non-tuners. This being basically a level 4 Earth non-tuner that you can special summon at the end of your opponent's turn, then normal summon level 2 Earth tuner and synchro into Barkion or Beast, either one that you want to. So what I like to do is I like to normal summon or set my Serene Psychic Witch, build it and set Scapegoat. Maybe set another card in turn, maybe Malevolent Catastrophe. They'll attack, activate Catastrophe, destroy everything, chain Scapegoat. Got 4 goats. They're going to attack. They have already selected Serene Psychic Witch as the attack. Remove Esper Girl. On my draw, special summon Esper Girl, get the top card off the deck. Synchro on the Barkion, and all those cards that they just set. Well, first of all, they would be destroyed anyways. But if they do have, another trap card in their hand or something that they set after they realized, and it's now null because I have Barkion on the field, then I can go into my combo with, the Beast and the Magical Android for me, Hyper Librarian for you guys if you have it. But Scapegoat, it also takes that last hit so that you don't have to, so that you can pay your life points more with Mind Master, which is very important in this deck, as we all know if you play. And last, the biggest change in the monster lineup is Spell Striker, which is a great card. Basically the same thing as Scapegoat. It's a level 3 non-tuner Earth that I can special summon at any point. From the very first hand, usually I'll draw into, Gold Sarcophagus or something. I activate Gold Sarcophagus to get Emergency Teleport in 2 turns. And then from that point on, this card is live in my hand, unless your opponent is running something that removes your cards in your graveyard from play. And they go for your monsters and not your spells and traps in this deck. So, remove from play my Gold Sarcophagus, a special summon Spell Striker. If I know I'm playing a heavy spell card deck, then I'm going to normal summon Esper Girl, synchro into 5 for Beast, and then go on from there. Just start negating all their stuff. But that's what I'm working on right now. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like the deck, if there's something I should change other than the extra deck getting a librarian. I know I need to do that. But any other suggestions you have, I would love to hear. Alright, thanks.